I am going to read some verses. Acts 17:24. God that made the world and all things therein, seeing that he is Lord of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands. Acts 7:48-49. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as saith the prophet. Heaven is my throne, and earth is my footstool. What house will ye build me? 2 Corinthians 5:1. For we know that if our heavenly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of God, an house not made with hands, eternal in the heavens. 1 Corinthians 3:16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? And then last, Luke 17:21. Neither shall they say, Lo here, or Lo there, for behold, the kingdom of God is within you. So, what we have to do is we must be born again of Jesus' Spirit to be built into his heavenly kingdom. We can be built into his kingdom now. We don't wait. We don't wait till the end of our life to go into his kingdom. We have to be built into his kingdom now and be born again of his Spirit to be built into his kingdom. And we don't do this by going to a church building made in hands with man. This is the thing, is people are trying to put Jesus in a box. They're saying you have to go to this church if you follow Jesus. You have to go to a church building. But that's not the case. The case is Jesus will dwell within you, and you are the kingdom. You represent his kingdom. Everywhere you go, we should be representing his kingdom. It's not every Sunday you go to this one building to praise and worship him, when we should be doing it daily, every day, and we praise him through our actions and our obedience to him. I mean, it can be singing and other stuff too, and just spending time with him, but it's not by going to a building. That's the deception, is that you have to be going to a building every day or a certain number of days in the week to be representing Jesus, when we should be doing it everywhere. That's the thing, is there's this deception that it's part-time when we're supposed to be doing it full-time, and I'm working on getting better at doing that. But it's just, there's a great deception that today's churches are correctly representing God, and they're not. The church system isn't representing Jesus. They're not representing him right. They're trying to put him in a box and say, you have to come to this church now. Now that you're a Christian, go to this church. You have to go to this church or that church. I mean, you can pick which church you like best, but you have to go to a church building. You have to. And that's not the case. We're not supposed to be pointing people to church buildings. We're supposed to be pointing people to Jesus. So, this is something he showed me, that he really made it make sense that eventually, through people who he spoke through people online, that we have to be built into his kingdom. And the only way we can do that is by fully surrendering and repenting and telling him that we'll do whatever it takes. We'll read his word. We'll do whatever he wants us to do for him to be built into his kingdom, and move to stay on the narrow path to enter his kingdom after our life's over. And hope that fully that he will say, well done, good and faithful servant. So, I hope this clears anything up for anybody who is in a church or not in a church, or is convinced that they think they have to go to a church, or maybe they want to go to a church but they don't know, and the thing is, you don't actually have to, but the world's trying to make everybody think that they do. That's why you see a zillion churches on every corner like Starbucks, because they're on the broad path. They all think that by going to a church building that they're saved, and that just a one-time prayer and not full submission your entire life, that's not what saves you, when it is. They just think it's a one-time prayer that you say when you're like 3 or whatever, but yeah, I'll just keep this video short, but hopefully this can clear something up for somebody who is looking for truth. So hopefully Jesus bless you.